So today I'm going to go back a little bit from the previous video. I forgot to kind of show this, or maybe this makes more sense in this video, but I need to move this column over about 6 inches to fit the doorway from the clean out to where that beam is. The post is just, it's too tight for a normal sized door, so I needed to move it slightly, and the footing was fairly large on this one, so it made sense to do it. I couldn't tell if there was something holding it in from the ground or not, so if anything, I didn't feel like I cut through anything necessarily, but if anything, I just took a 16th off, which to me isn't a big deal. Again, this is my house, so take it with a grain of salt, because if it was somebody else's house, I would definitely, maybe do a couple things differently, but I feel totally fine with this. The footing is also slightly sloping up where we're putting it, so it made sense to cut a little bit off, but I'm just gonna get it in place here. Definitely tight. Don't know. I mean, there were a lot of things that were not level, and a lot of different thicknesses of materials and all that kind of stuff in old houses. So just making the best I can with this, and it felt like the beam, the top beam there that the load is on, is slightly bouncing. Not sure if that was true or not, and not sure how much my dad there is doing, but decided to just hold against it slightly. But yeah, just getting it in place and level, and because this is literally going to be the side of the door, so that's why it's important to get this obviously on, and just going to make sure it's in place and not going anywhere, and then going to let this down, and there's no movement or anything, so feeling good about it. Yeah, just going to get on to the framing. We had poured the slab here yesterday, or in the previous video I should say, so just getting this wall that we couldn't frame before the floor was poured, so getting this wall framed here, and yeah, just going to continue getting all the 2 rooms down here and this bathroom and everything finished up. Now we're going to get the doorway for the furnace room laid out, and for a lot of this, a laser is super helpful. I mean, it's always going to be pretty much level, and you can just kind of follow the line, so that's definitely something if you're doing basements or just framing in general, that's luxury nowadays. But this wall was kind of funky. We had to do kind of 2 with the way the duct work and the way the main stack was coming in, so just kind of had to, that's why you see 3 studs on the left side there, because just kind of had to do what we had to do there.
That down, and then we could work our way back that way. What's 8 foot? What's 8 foot gonna do for you?
A little bit faster.
I say no. We run this one. Okay. And
well, I'm like, do we stop here on the side of the door and then start another one?
yeah, I think so.
So again, going back a little bit on the previous day, we had to frame this for the pour we had to do for the floor, but I didn't quite show this section, so that's what I'm doing here. But I really wish I could have done the water heater in the furnace room with all the other utilities, but the chimney, it has to vent, I should say the water heater has to vent above the roof line, and the chimney is an easy one to do that, so that's why I just left it here. I'm going to do a separate room for the water heater, and then I'm going to do a little closet at the bottom of the stairs here because I had the space. Yeah, so we're just going to continue, and you'll see there's some things where I'm skipping other things like the insulation in the bathroom and stuff like that, so I'll show those in other videos, but this is just kind of how I was doing all the framing and stuff like that, so I'll go back and kind of show some different things, but this is just pretty much framing here. But we're going to do the outside wall, and we haven't done the egress windows yet. We made an initial cut, I don't know if you can see on the left side there, for the egress windows, just so it's easier without the studs there, but we just didn't have the window wells in, and there was a specific one we had to order, and I didn't get it in time, honestly, so that's why those aren't cut out yet, because obviously you need those cut, but don't have it yet, so we're just going to leave those studs out until we can fully put those egress windows in. I said this in the previous video, but having the level, span across the two walls when they're two separate walls like this, just to make sure they're both on plane, not just level with each other, but on plane, will just make the drywall a lot easier and look better, and nothing funky with that. So just doing that and using the plate level to get it level nice and easily, and just going from there. And on all of these, we're gonna tapcon the bottom on our lines that we chalked before, and then gonna level up from that. That's just the easiest way we found to do that. But yeah, just putting some blocking in the wall and getting ready for this side wall here. And now we're gonna set this wall up. This is gonna be for the closet entrance. This is just the best way I could lay out this one. The beam, it'll make it kind of a shorty door, but it's just the best I could do with the room that I had. So this is gonna be the closet, and then in the closet, I'm also gonna have an access panel for the main shutoff for the water. So just thought that was the best place I could put it and kind of hide it. It's not ideal, but the best way I could, utilize the space. On this one, it was a little bit too much of a trapezoid to build it all as one, so I just decided to do the ends, and then I'll stick build the in-between pieces and finish out this closet. So now I'm going to lay out the dividing wall for the two bedrooms. And on this one, it just made the most sense to stick build it again. Just depends on, the slope of the floor and all that. It just makes more sense with how much of a difference there is over the 12 feet about there is here. So it's going to go piece by piece and get this wall up. This specific case scenario is exactly where the plate level shines. It's really easy to level top and bottom plate, and then you can just stick build in between and not worry about the level left or right. Now we're going to do the doorway here for the second bedroom and just get this one set. Finally, we're on to the final wall. This is just gonna end into the block. The stairs are right behind the camera here, and it just framing the wall to the left there wouldn't have made a whole lot of sense. And so I'm just gonna leave it the block and just paint it. So I'm just gonna go right into the side there and end the wall that way. Again, by setting the bottom plate and then just leveling up and making a mark, I can set my top plate super easily in this situation. now coming down the stairs, we're all finished up with the framing. Did a couple other things, and this is a little bit later, but anyways, got the closet coming down the stairs, and just for anything really, utility closet kind of thing. And then walking into this bedroom here, the back of the closet there. These rooms ended up being 10 by 12. It's not ideal. It looks a little smaller on camera than in real life. 10 by 12, to be honest, is like minimum, but I don't know. It's what I could use the space, and it worked out. So doing the water heater room right here, and just temp lights and all the wires there and stuff is just temporary, but water heater room there, and then the second bedroom here. Again, still need to do the egress windows, but also going to do a little built-in kind of bookshelf in this area. Just haven't framed that out quite yet, but I'm going to do that there. And then the closet is over to the left here on the back side of the bathroom. Then back over here is the laundry room. On the right side here, I am going to do a shelf here or a table just so you can fold or something, and then a little built-in there for soap and whatever else there. In here is the bathroom, obviously. I have the tub here. This is a little bit later on. I didn't get quite right as I finished the framing, everything videoed, but got the tub set here, and you can kind of see the layout for it and everything like that. That's going to be a built-in there for towels or just shelving there for whatever. So, and then this is obviously going to be the furnace room. Nothing really special about this. But yeah, this is going to do it. Framing all finished up, and going to get on to electrical and plumbing next.